What's up, everybody? My name is Breshears. Thank you for watching this video. Today we're going to talk about lead forms, as I mentioned. Now, lead forms are really popular, especially with digital marketers, because you're able to typically generate a really cost-effective lead. Now, before we get started, there's a few things that I think you should really note before you start with lead forms. So lead forms are oftentimes, I see a lot of marketers as their kind of go-to, especially for real estate, especially for auto, and it seems like insurance and other kinds of industries that have typically difficult types of clients to get. A lot of the agencies that are out there like to kind of push people through lead forms because it's a really simple way to get numbers, but it doesn't necessarily translate into quality leads. And I think the reason for that is because it's really simple to get people to opt in. If you've ever seen lead forms before, they are set up so that they will auto-populate with the person's name, phone number, and email. And it's the email and phone number that's associated with their Facebook account. Now, this isn't always the most up-to-date phone number or up-to-date email address. So I think it's important that you're making sure that if you are going to use lead forms, you're going to test lead quality. And it's very important that you have a back-end follow-up in place to help convert these people from just being remotely interested into somebody who's super interested. I think, again, that the ease of use and the way that it's set up, right, is you don't have to actually go in and type in stuff. It makes it very simple for people to opt in. And so they don't have to be super committed to go through and get this stuff. So if you're going to do lead forms, I really suggest making sure that you have some kind of piece of info that you're going to email them so that they begin to open emails. So giving away something that's going to be given in the form that they'll receive an email is great. And making sure that you have all of the follow-up and calls, like call centers and call people who are going to do outbound calls to go ahead and call. Because the quicker that you can reach out and get hold of these people, the more effective it's going to be for you, and the more successful you're going to be with lead campaigns. So let's jump into the computer here. I'm going to show you exactly how to do this. All right, so you're going to start from your Facebook page here. So you're going to want to go to Publishing Tools. And then once you're inside of Publishing Tools, you're going to scroll down here to Lead Ad Forms. For some reason, it was freaking out there. So these are your forms library. You're going to hit the Create button. You can duplicate an existing form or create a new form. For this exercise, I'm just going to create a new form here. So this is what it looks like. You have your preview that's directly over here. You can save or finish it. And right here we have two different form types. So depending on what you're going to want to do, if you want more volume of submissions, like I was mentioning, you have a lot of people who will automatically opt in just because it's very simple. So if you want to make it more difficult for them to opt in, they have to then make sure that their content is up to date. And if you're asking about which one I would like better, I think that having higher intent is more important. It's completely up to you though. But I would do higher intent just because I want people to actually go through, confirm their information, and make sure it's the most up-to-date info. And I think that quality is kind of a big problem when it comes to lead forms. You want to make sure and have really high quality. So I'm going to give an example here. This is a page for my podcast that I help veterinary practices. I'm going to do a training headline. So and then I will upload an image. I'll just use the image for my ad for this example here. So, and then we write a paragraph here so that people can learn about it. All right, so you finish your headline and your layout. Now, I'm going to copy and paste this really quick because you can change the layout. You have several different options here. We have paragraph or we have bullets. So, for example, if you wanted to say register for a free webinar, or if you wanted to do bullet benefit points, which might be more effective or less effective depending on what you're trying to drive people to. Then we're going to do questions. Adding custom questions is helpful because you can ask people to give their phone number. So, or you can, if you wanted to, you could just ask for their email here. And this way, people have to type it in. They don't actually get to just have it auto-populated. So even though we did the intent-based ad where it was going to be people have to confirm their contact info, if you wanted to get even more in depth, you can put it so that people have to type it in, and that helps. So you can add custom questions that are short answers, multiple choice, or conditional, which is kind of cool. So if they're multiple choice, it can be conditional. If it's this one, then you can ask a different question. You need to have a privacy policy. You can get privacy policy generators on your different site, but you need to link to it. It's important. The review screen. So this gives them the ability to review their data before they upload it and say they confirm. And then we have the confirmation screen. So we're going to put in here a headline, a description, a button, and then another call to action if you want them to go. So for example, I'm doing a training here. In this example, I'm going to do a training that's a content plan training. I have a book that I created, and it's on Amazon that they can buy, and it's very complimentary to this. So I'll say, like, thank you for registering. Be sure to claim your book. All right, so then I've put in the URL that I want to put. So we'll hit save, and we'll hit finish. And now this is available as a lead form. So once we have the lead form created, we'll need to create it before we go into Ads Manager. Let's go to Ads Manager here. I got to go to Business Manager to do that. We're going to then create another campaign. And so we will do lead generation as our specific goal. We're going to choose the Facebook page. We're going to choose our audience like you normally would. Set up your billing. And so what we're going to do down here is we have the ad format. We can make it a carousel. We can make it single images. We can do videos or video slideshows. I think once I get this set up, I will do video slideshows. I already have my cover image in here. I would absolutely not suggest making an ad with your cover image as the stock image that you just put in there. So you want to make sure it's very specific to your offer and what you're doing here. I'm just showing you, for example, you're going to create your text ad. You're going to have the headlines and the text of it so that you make sure that it's being put into the right place. Now, one thing for sure to think about is when you're reviewing your budget and your schedule and your placements over here, you're going to want to make sure and put it only in placements that's going to look best. So I don't do automatic placements ever. I think that's one thing that I really suggest that you don't do, especially because you'll get in-stream videos. It's just not the right formats for these things. So make sure that you're putting these in the right placements for the way that your ad looks. But once we've put in all of the content here and we create the ad text, so here's the ad text. Display link, if you wanted to. I wouldn't put that, but I'll put whatever call to action you want to, and then right down here we're going to choose the lead form that we just made. This is the lead form that we just made here. So remember, learn how to make a digital marketing plan. Hit the next button. It's telling me it's not going to run because of the image we're using. The image is actually just all the image is all writing, so that's obviously not going to pass the test there. But this is the form and what it looks like. There's the next page that happens, and then the thank you page. So we have everything set up. So this is it from start to finish, how to create a lead form and then how to use that in an ad. When you're doing your ad and you're choosing a lead form, you have to use objective of lead generation here. All right, so I hope that was helpful. Let's get back to the office. All right, so I hope that was helpful. If you need help with your digital marketing, I have a link down here below where you can actually get help from me. I can go through and help to create custom solutions for you and your business. So if you're looking for help, be sure to click that link and request a time with me. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If it was helpful, be sure to give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing here. I do daily marketing videos, and if you want to get better at digital marketing, this is a great place to learn. So I'll see you on the next video. Have a great day.